Welcome, everybody. I am Mrs. McDonald. I teach acting here at Champlin Park. I just wanted to quickly welcome you all. I'm so excited to see all of you here. This is a great turnout. We've not had an audience before. This is a play that is a series of monologues connected to the themes of Hold Still, which we had Nina LaCour visiting us, and we decided to put on a play that was connected, not exactly the same, but we have a book called After the Death of Anna Gonzales, and it's similar themes, similar topic, and this is how different students in this particular school have reacted to news of the death of one of their schoolmates. So you can see a wide range of emotions, a wide range of things that are important to them. I ask that you have your cell phones and electronics turned off. And please, no beverages or food. If anything was brought in, could you please put it away? And we're very excited again to have you here. If something is funny, you can laugh, although the majority of the time it's a very serious topic. So just I ask that you be a good listening audience and enjoy and support your students' play. Thank you.
Years in education. I've broken up fights, fired a teacher, failed a student, but not this. This is too much to ask.
Volleyball practice has been moved to 5 p.m. The chess club will meet in Miss McDonald's room.
30 years in education. I've learned school law, listened to angry parents, located lost school buses, but not this. This is too much to ask.
Congratulations on the 15-0 win against the Raiders. Spirit t-shirts will be sold all week by student council.
To make a difference, to better kids' lives. That was why I went into education. So how does this happen? How do I...
Ms. Barron, do you still have a special for today?
I tried to show the camera.
And now a special from our principal.
Words caught in an unwilling voice. I am sorry to inform you of the death of one of our students. Must continue. Rumors always worse than truth. Anna Gonzales took her life last night. Our sympathies to her family and friends. Grief counselors will be available all day. Robot-like move off camera as the chirpy voice concludes.
And that concludes our announcements. Have a great day.
The game doesn't always go your way, I know. You can go to every practice, even your shoulder aches, your ankle throbs, and your homework waits. You can do 100 hand-ups, 1,000 free throws, 10,000 reps, and still sit on the bench while you watch Dareth Evans slack off, skip practice, and showboat for Debbie. Forget fair, feel forgotten. But damn it, Anna! You don't stop playing.
Monologue. My brother was 7 when they told us the bad news. It was a tumor that had bloomed in his body like a weed. 7 surgeries and still he smiled. We had his 8th birthday party in the hospital. He said he could feel that he was almost well. And we celebrated. At 9, they said new cells had sprouted. The chemo was strong. The cancer was stronger. But in spite of the pills and pain, in spite of the surgeries and suffering, he chose life. And you, Anna, who had health, chose death. How could you?
Life's rough, and then you die. That's what the sign above me says in big red letters, only there's a big grease spot covering the eye. I work kitchen cleanup illegally because I'm too young, but they paid me in cash, and I hide most of it from my dad so he won't drink it away. It took me 17 days and 3 hours to earn enough my fine new shoes, but I don't know who stole them yet. But I will, believe it. And when I do, I'll take care of things, I know. Meanwhile, the sign above me says life's rough, and then you die. And I think, not me, not yet.
I will not talk when the teacher is talking. I will not talk when the teacher is talking. I will not talk when the teacher is talking. I will not talk when the teacher is talking. My wrist hurts. My thumb is numb. And the pain in my fingers is fierce. God, I still have 434 sentences due before 4th hour. When Mrs. Johnson signed them yesterday, she said, "I hope this teaches you a lesson." And it has. There's no way I'm getting in trouble for talking in math again. As soon as I get to class today, I'm going straight to sleep.
Me, the one who adults refer to as responsible, obedient, boring, until today, as I take the checkered flag from Mom and Dad's notes of what to do while they're out of town. She never said I could take Dad's new Corvette. As I sit through these never-ending announcements, I can still feel my hand gripping the steering wheel, my foot flooring the gas. I'll be free again at 3, and then I will downshift into the world of irresponsible, incompetent, exciting. I wonder if Lenny needs a ride.
Since September. I sat one seat behind Anna in algebra, passed papers to her every day, studied for tons of tests together. Though it often seemed impossible, eventually we always found the unknowns for X. But not this time. This equation bounces against my brain and sneers at all attempted answers. I know I'll re-examine the variables and reanalyze the unknowns, maybe forever, but it won't matter. Because Anna, I know I'll never figure out why you didn't want to live, and why I never noticed.
We agreed, together, all 10. We stand in line, and on the downbeat, we kick at exactly the same height. But not Emily. She makes sure she lifts her leg just a little higher than mine. Does she think I don't notice? And she says she wonders why her sweater fits so perfectly, why mine is a little baggy. The answer's easy. She shrank hers until it became a second skin. She thinks she's flashy, I think she's trashy. She does her high kicks for Dareth. Let her. I don't dance for him or anyone else. Music just makes me want to move. The downbeat begins, the adrenaline rushes, the crowd becomes a blur. Oops, announcements just ended. Well, why is everyone just sitting here so quietly? I mean, it's only algebra. Boring, but it's not like somebody died or anything.
Mixed up memories of the daddy who introduced me to Winnie the Pooh, who sang every verse of kids' silly songs, who whispered the lullabies that lured me to sleep. Mixed up memories of the dad who cheered my summer softball even if I never got a hit, who said I would always be his most perfect prince. Mixed up memories of the father who said that he'd be the proudest of all parents at my college graduation, who vowed that he'd watch me walk down the aisle even if I married at 40, who predicted that no one could be a better grandpa. Mixed up memories of a morning one summer when I learned that my hero had taken his life. When that was the truth, everything I knew of love and safety was a lie. So Anna, did you know that when you kill yourself, those you say you love, they die too?
Security, it says, in big yellow letters that span the front of my blue staff shirt. But I've always thought it should say insecurity, because that's what I create. I want to make kids feel uneasy about smoking, doing drugs, cutting class, and sneaking out of school. Yeah, I know I don't get them all, but school statistics say I'm having an effect. Normally, when I catch a kid, they just shrug, accepting that they played the game and lost. But yesterday, at the southernmost exit to the school, when I confronted a boy trying to skip out after second hour, he started to shake, said he had a personal problem. Said it had to be handled now. Begged me to just turn the other way and let him leave. I said, have your parents excuse you. He said, I can't do that. So I said, wait and handle it after school. I can't do that either, he choked. He seemed really desperate, but the rules are the rules, so I said, head back to class. Please, he begged. So I said, go and see your counselor. His penetrating blue eyes stared at me in agony. Then he turned and walked back into the school. I did feel sorry for him, which is why I didn't take his name. I didn't haul him to the dean, and I didn't tell him to go see his counselor. That was the most I could do. But the announcement about Anna Gonzales just ended, and suddenly that yesterday boy's face worries me, as I wonder, should I have done something more?
Before Andy's party, I took a few sips from a whiskey bottle in my parents' bar. It burned my throat and made my eyes tear. I hated it. But it gave me the courage to be an imposter, to walk into Andy's party without my knees knocking. But once I was there, once I was right in the middle of the popular kids, it wasn't enough. I was afraid that they'd discover I was a geek in disguise. So I made myself guzzle the first can of beer. The second just sort of slid right down. I don't remember when Andy challenged me to match him can for can, or why I agreed. I don't remember taking my top off, but I've seen the crude cartoons the guys have drawn, so I must have done it. One time to be part of the cool kids, and now I walk through these school halls and I look at no one. And I die a little each day as I live through it.
Once I had this jigsaw puzzle. I worked on it every day. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. But I finally got it finished. Well, except for one piece, which was missing. I looked for it everywhere, under my bed, in the closet, behind the table, but it was just gone. Pretty soon, every time I looked at the puzzle, all I could see was the missing piece. So I just threw the whole thing away. All my hard work, all my effort, just tossed in the garbage. But a week later, I found the missing piece. But I no longer had the puzzle. So why am I thinking about this now when I hear of Anna Gonzales' suicide? I don't know. Maybe it's one of those metaphor things.
I can picture it now. Coach, I'm sorry. I don't feel right about practicing today.
We got a big game tomorrow.
Coach, you can count on me. I'll be there. It's just today. I can't. Anna.
I didn't know you knew her.
I do have a life outside of basketball.
It's okay, son. You'll be with the Gonzales family.
Anna Gonzales. I never knew you. Although you're probably in the stands watching me play. Sorry you took your life. I can't get that back for you. So why can't you just help me out? See, I can't make Coach understand. And like any of the other kids on our basketball team, I don't need all those practice sessions. I always come through in the games. So why can't Coach just let me be?
Too many papers, too many meetings, too many students. But I do try to reach them on the limited time I have. Yes, they sit in rows, yes, they figure numbers, and yes, they fill in number 2 pencil tests, but it's the sum of them that matters to me. Haven't I shown them that? Well, not well enough, I guess, for poor Anna Gonzales is dead. The class stares at me now, stunned as if I should know an answer for all this. But the only answer I know is that no child should give up on life. Math deals in absolutes, but life is the most absolute of all.
Hey, it wasn't me that said come on over. It wasn't me that said my parents aren't home. And it wasn't me that said want a beer. I wasn't complaining, but I wasn't suggesting the horizontal communication, if you know what I mean. Hey, I don't mind being Andy's thing. I'd be the first to say last night was a sweet gig. But what's up with Charlie this morning? Calling me a disgusting pig on account of what Andy told her? Today, me and Andy better have a little more vertical communication.
She took her own life. Is that what Mrs. Barron said? I was only half listening, but I think she said she took her own life. Those were the words inserted in our usually boring morning announcements. Suicide. Awful. Really awful. I'm so glad I've got a friend in Joanne and maybe even a boyfriend in Joe. I couldn't imagine feeling as alone as Anna.
Last year, me and Bonnie and Josh, we were about to corner by 7-Eleven. We were just standing there, weren't doing nothing, just hanging around. When this white car goes by, it had this white kind of stripe. And I thought to myself, someday I'm gonna get a car like that. Josh said, no way, man, that's ugly. He tried to say something else, but then there was this pop! Josh fell, and the car speed up. I held Josh in my arm as his white shirt turned red. Josh looked so scared, and I keep hearing me, you're gonna be okay. At Josh's funeral, his uncle said he wanted to be a lawyer someday. His mom said he wanted to be a priest someday. His sister said he wanted to be really rich someday. But most of all, I wanted, and I think he wanted, is just to be alive.
Oh my gosh, not this week. Why did Anne have to kill herself now? I don't mean to be rude or anything, but she certainly did not have any consideration. Everybody knows how important this pep assembly is gonna be. Tonight we faces our toughest crowd. Unlike some people, I take my responsibilities to the school very seriously. It is not easy making the cheerleaders go third, and they have not been happy about the football team introduction taking too much of the time. The coach, he just keeps saying, after all, Lynn, we wouldn't be having this pep if it weren't for the team. I tried calling the ROTC flag raising, but that did not fly with the principal. After all, this hard work to make a perfect pep and assembly is for everybody. So the better not call to cancel it, because that's not gonna happen. Life goes on. Look up, smile, and feel the purple pride.
How did I know Anna? I don't know. She's always been in my classes. First grade sounding out S's through our missing front teeth. Third grade practicing our perfect curse with C's and B's. Fifth grade being part of the famous fraction finders. Sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth grades, counting up all the details of all the classes we shared, we learned the capital of North Dakota, square root of 144, 1,000 vocabulary words. But I guess lost in all that information, no one ever taught Anna how to live. And for sure, no one taught me how to feel about how she died.
Oh my gosh, I'm late again. Johnson's going to kill me. My alarm didn't go off. The power went out. The car had a flat. My bike was broken. Get real. I would ride a bike to school. Okay, so think. There's gotta be a good excuse. My dog got hit by a car. Used it yesterday. My cat ran away. Or you said the cat died last week. Well, school shouldn't start so early. Don't these people know how much there is to do at night? I'm here now. Can't that just be enough? So I'm going into this room. No excuses needed. What's with all the silence on the faces? Did I get a bad test? Tomorrow, it's a 5-page test. Study for it. Tomorrow.
Really? Why do we have to have a test? It's like almost Friday.
Just don't take it. Don't come to school.
You think I will? I'll just stay home. I don't even know why I showed up today.
Death, be not proud. Do not go gentle into that good night. Fragments of poems have taught. Can't finish them, can't think how they go. Brain too numb to truly believe. That empty seat in the third row. Anna will be back. She must be. Quiet, sweet, a face framed by long, lush brown hair. Almond eyes always seemed luminous, giving no hint that this unnatural sleep would be her fate. I tried to teach her literature, the wonder of life. Yet the quiet rebuke of that empty chair speaks louder than even the most vocal of student skeptics. I cannot take my eyes from the spot. There in the sun darkness, the black pall of nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing at all.
Suicide? Different? Quick look around the room. No one knows quite what to do. Alexis looks like she's about to pass out. Lynn looks mad. Everybody's not paying attention. Aaron can't wait to earn another A today. So what's my slant? Life's all about seeing the slant, as if it's easy to play the part of the winner. Like the time I bruised Devin's knee pretty badly. Greg got into the game, and I got 10 bucks richer. Or like the time I found Lauren's bracelet, she gave me a kiss and called me super. How can she not know that I stolen it? So what's my slant in this suicide? Showtime, another victory awaits.
Every time my father sees me frown, he says, "Are you upset? You know you can talk to me." Every time my father hears me mad at my friends, he says, "Are you lonely? You know you can talk to me." Every time my father thinks I'm sad, he says, "Are you depressed? You know you can talk to me." Ever since he got custody, he's been reading books about parenting. When he read that 1 in 3 teens thinks of suicide, he made me repeat that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I've told him, "Dad, sometimes I get angry or mad, sometimes I feel stupid or sad, sometimes I feel left out or lonely, but I am not, never have been, never will be suicidal." Once he hears about Anna, he'll never let me out of his sight. He'll ruin the little bit of social life that I have. Dad, I don't know what Anna didn't know, but I do know that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
So my dad is standing in the stands when I score into the basket, and he hears his father tell his son, "Do you know that guy?" And the son says, "Yeah, that's Jeff. Everyone knows Jeff. He's only about the most popular guy in school. He's in everything, does everything, is everything." And the father says, "Well, that could be your senior year." And the kid answers, "Get real, Dad." My dad can't come home and tell me this. His chest puffed out with pride as he says, "How about that?" I figured this is probably a bad time to inform him that I do know everyone and no one. And most of the time, what I really feel is alone.
Forget about that biology X and Y stuff and what makes a boy a girl. It's much simpler. Guys all have the jerk gene. Like what God says, that one's a guy, so it gets a jerk gene. Like Sean Saunders, after I baked him 2 batches of double fudge brownies, after I offered to watch his dog when his family went away for the weekend, and after I did his algebra when he was too tired from basketball. But finally, this morning, he's gonna ask me something, and I think this is it. He's finally gonna ask me to homecoming. But then the bell rings, he gets nervous and says, "Maybe later." I worry later may never happen, so practically shout, "Now! I can afford the tardy." He says, "You sure?" I say, "I'm sure, just ask." He says, "Do you know Kendra well enough if she'll go to homecoming with me?" So now I have this tardy, and now I have no date for homecoming. Fact. Guys all have the jerk gene. Fact. Sean Saunders has more than his share.
In advanced art, I made an A+ mask. Perfect in its features, it had an impossible porcelain complexion, interestingly shaped empty eyes, and a mouth that exposed neither a smile nor a frown. Holding my mask out in front of me, I look out from behind its cold indifference, feeling no less anonymous than the mask I normally wear. Each day, I carefully apply another layer to the mask that almost worked the day before. Masks behind masks that mask anything that is real. This is the only way a teenager can survive the hell we all call high school. So Anna, did your disguise just slip? Or was it just that you couldn't find any more insight buried behind so many masks?
Get out our homework? You gotta be kidding me. How can we go over English like nothing happened? Shouldn't we be, I don't know, shouldn't we be quiet or something this hour? Yeah, well, I'm a sensitive guy. I just get a bad rap. I mean, maybe we could put on music and think. You know, I got a good CD. What? After we go over our homework, we can have time to reflect? Well, where's my homework? I don't have it. Where is it, actually? I didn't do it. Why not? Come on, Miss Mason. Yesterday was Thursday, and that is way too close to the weekend for homework.
You don't have to be someone special. You don't have to live the dream to believe in the future of dreams. Sometimes I seem to forget that. Bogged down by the stresses and stupidities of life, I feel insignificant in Jared's indifference. Forgotten by Francis's clique. Betrayed by Brittany's gossip. Imposed by my mother's edicts. But I'm going to try even harder, not to give in to the negatives. Today may be a yawning trap of terribleness, but there's still tonight, tomorrow, or 10 years from now. Sometimes I'm afraid it'll be another Anna. But to make sure I believe it, I'll say it 20 or 20,000 times. You don't have to be someone special. You don't have to live the dream to believe in the future of dreams.
No. 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 Oh God.
I will slip away, making little fuss, and being less remembered, which is pretty much the way I've always been. Never pretty or popular enough to matter, never outraging or outstanding enough to get attention. Sometimes I even have to pinch myself to make certain I'm being the real. Conversations swirl around me, invitations to others surround me. Even Alexis, who's kind of my best friend, is dragged down by invisibility. No, I'm not pregnant, not on drugs, not alcohol, not influenced by heavy metal, rock, or rap. I'm just not. And I'm so tired of trying to be. So I will say my goodnight to this world, and seeing as how it never embraced me, it will not mind if I have abandoned it.
Does it work? Darn. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Sheila Davies, the school nurse here, and my partner here is Stephen Cobb, who is a student learning advocate. Miss McDonald was thinking that some of you might have had questions after that marvelous performance by these students. So if you do, Mr. Cobb and I are here to try to help you through with those questions. So if you have a question and you want to shout it out, we'll do our best to answer it. And if we don't have an answer for you, we will find one, okay? So anybody have a question about anything that they saw up here that they're concerned about or a question?
Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. These guys behind me could probably answer them as well, so.
What do you think the issue? There's a question? Raise your hand high, please. Okay, in the back row. Excuse me. That's okay, that's okay. Speak loudly, please.
A suicide.
It was about
Suicide.
And their reactions.
Could you tell the story?
Explain it.
Kind of in a nutshell.
Go, Amber.
Yeah, there you go, Amber.
Come on, Amber. You can do it.
We don't have very much time, so just very quick.
It was about someone who committed suicide, and then the people that were in her classroom, all their reactions, and like some people didn't care, and some people who really did care. And basically, there was a party the night before she committed suicide, so that's why there was all like drinking and horizontal communication and all that stuff. Yeah. It was whenever the girl, Anna, when she was up here, and she was saying that, and we all came out, she was saying what was on the note, because it was her suicide note. Yeah.
Do you guys know, Anoka Hennepin has been in the news a lot talking about student suicides, which break all of our hearts. And so we are really putting forth an effort to let kids know where they can go for help, or if you are concerned about a friend, where you can go. Can anybody out here or anybody up here tell me somebody that you would go to in the building if you were concerned about yourself or somebody else hurting themselves? Where would you go? Just shout them out. Well, maybe don't shout them out. I can't hear it all. Your counselor? Great place. Great place to start. Anybody else? Shh. Quiet, please. Just a couple minutes. We only have a couple more minutes. Who else would you go to if you were worried that you or a friend of yours was going to hurt themselves? The principal? That's a good place to start as well. Miss Sandusky, who is a prevention advisor here. She meets with kids one-on-one and meets with kids in groups. Where else could you go? Favorite teacher? Excellent answer. Or an adult in the building, because we are all obligated and we all want to help. We don't like hearing about kids hurting themselves. All right, anybody else you can think of? Assistant principal, excellent choice. You guys got parents at home? Oh, I did say in the building. But if you're not in the building, parents or a trusted adult that you have outside the building could help. When kids threaten self-harm in the building, we are really a school. We're not a mental health facility, so we can't diagnose that. But we do refer kids so that they can get the help that they need in pretty short order. Okay. Any other questions?
I'd like to add something as well, Nurse Davies. And Nurse Davies, I think all of you should know, is one of the most caring and loving individuals in the school. You see people outside of the nurse's office. She's also a person that you can trust. There was several lines in the play. There was so many lines in the play. All that I knew about love and safety is gone. And I think sometimes when you consider the act of suicide, people have given up. People have given up. People that you know, people here in our school have given up, right? Because they thought there was no tomorrow. When you go down that dark tunnel of suicide, in reality, you've all been in situations where things fall apart. Not just did you just lose out on your relationship, but you were betrayed. Ouch. Let's look at a scenario that could cause someone to want to give up. You were betrayed not just by the person that you loved, but you were also betrayed possibly by your best friend. That starts the cycle. Already you took several hits, right? Your homeboy, your buddy, sold you out and took your partner, took your girlfriend, or your boyfriend. Or, in the case of Anoka Hennepin, took your significant other. Ooh. And as much as our core values have to do with respect of various lifestyles and diversity, that sometimes leads people to what some people are now calling the S word. The thing is that then people like myself and others then tease kids. Ha 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 ha. You're so different. Ha 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 ha. Look at, for example, me. And I see it's funny, right? But it's really not. I was teased. Say I lost my partner. Say my friend betrayed me, and it happens. It happens in life. Life can be tough. Then I came to school with a smile on my face. Or you come to school with a smile on your face. But in reality, you really aren't happy deep inside. And then someone like you or me comes up and starts teasing them. Look at look at the clown, ha ha ha, he. Look at your ears, ha ha ha, they thought I had big ears. Look at your ears, ha 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 ha, look how big they are, woo 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 woo. But deep down inside, I'm hurt and I'm crushed. I notice teenagers like to throw shots at each other, be unsupportive. And then you never know that that shot that you threw at the person who had pain could have been the one, that put down could have been the one that took them over the edge. But we're not really concerned about that, are we? Or are we? I think we could be. Because that last put down that you just gave that kid might have took her over the edge. The last rumor that started from the so-called popular kids at the party, or even the so-called, the pressure put on kids who were called nerds because they decided to show their intelligence, the pressure to want to fit in. Instead of being supportive of each other, we tend to tear each other down. And then, in the process of tearing someone down, they're just like, my best friends sold me out, my girlfriend cheated on me with my best friends, what else is there to live for? And then you come to school and it's not a safe environment. So think twice, students, before you start taking shots at people. Because sometimes, would you want to be that person that got put down by you? Or would you want to be responsible for the death of Anna Gonzales? Seriously. And I think that's what has to be considered here, is other people's safety. Other people's safety. I just wanted to add that. I really applaud the work that you guys do. Theater is such a popular medium for education. Can we give this cast another hand? Golly. You did an excellent job. Are there any questions, Nurse Davies?
Ms. McDonald, can you hear the bells ring in here, usually? Okay. Okay, no, I want you guys to hang tight for a little bit. There was a little community action going on out there, and we